Okay, so we have finally returned back to just our regular weekly impact weather briefings instead of having any storm-related briefings. So, um, as far as what's changed for the upcoming week of February 9th to Sunday, February 15th, the only thing that's really changed is that we have increased precipitation chances for next weekend. All right, so for the upcoming week, we'll start with today. Today will still be chillier, but drier, with highs in the lower 30s in the northeast to lower 40s in the southwest. Heading into tomorrow and Wednesday, we actually are going to experience a brief warm up, which will feel pretty nice in comparison to the temperatures we've been feeling over the past few weeks. However, cooler temperatures do return for the late weekend to next weekend period. However, these temperatures will be a lot closer to normal for this time of year instead of the very cold temperatures we have been experiencing. As previously mentioned, precipitation chances have increased for the entire forecast area for the next weekend. A lot of guidance is showing at least a half an inch to an inch of rainfall possible. However, some guidance is showing more, so we're definitely going to keep an eye on that. There was looking like there was a potential for some wintry weather with this system. However, as of right now, it is looking more like rainfall, but we will definitely keep an eye on that, as I know that is very impactful. For marine weather, we do still have some small craft advisories in effect today just due to the seas as winds have come down, but we do still have elevated seas. The winds will once again increase behind a cold front on Wednesday night into Thursday, so we might see another round of small craft advisory conditions possible. However, with this cold front, we are not really expecting too much in the way of precipitation, so it's probably going to be a drier cold front. All right, here's just a brief look at the upcoming week. So today we're going to have cooler, but pretty cloud-free and nice drier conditions. By tomorrow, as mentioned, we're going to have a warm front come through and bring those warmer temperatures to the area on Tuesday and most of Wednesday. Looking at Wednesday, we do have that drier cold front that I mentioned. There is still a slight chance that some areas might see, especially across southern VA and northeastern North Carolina, that could see some shower activity, but mostly dry and warmer. For Thursday, temperatures do return back to normal with that front pretty far to our south. And then by Friday, high pressure is building in, but still not quite expecting too much in the way of precipitation, though we definitely can't rule out a snow shower for across the portions of the southern area. So you're now looking at probably the most impactful thing that's going to happen in the coming week, which is going to be our rainfall during the weekend. For most of the week through at least Wednesday night, we're going to remain dry, though, as mentioned, we might see an isolated shower as that cold front moves through Wednesday night into Thursday. Then the weekend is where the bulk of the precipitation will fall. There is that slight chance of snow showers on Friday. However, the rain chances they robustly increase next weekend as we are expecting another low pressure system to move through the area, and this will likely bring a very widespread wetting rain, though we could see anywhere between 1 to 2 inches as of right now, though we are predicting, I think, around a half an inch to an inch since it is a little bit farther out in time. All right, here's just a quick rundown of the temperature forecast and the precipitation forecast. As mentioned, today we will have a cooler day, but bringing warmer temperatures tomorrow. Some areas actually in the southwestern corner, such as Farmville or Emporia, they're actually potentially going to see temperatures reaching the 60s, which would be a very nice reprieve from the cold. The Eastern Shore area will still remain on the cooler side, likely remaining in the 40s, and elsewhere could see anywhere between 50 to 60 degrees. Looking at the latter part of the week, we are returning to that near normal temperatures, with, once again, the Eastern Shore seeing those cooler temperatures. As far as minimum temperatures go, pretty much the same plan for them as well, having pretty warm warm, lower temperatures on Tuesday night, but falling back closer to normal for the rest of the weekend, or sorry, excuse me, the rest of the week. And looking at, lastly, the probability of precipitation, mostly dry through a majority of the week, and then heading into the weekend is when we're going to start seeing that wetting rainfall. So rain chances increased pretty heftily. As far as the temperature outlook, we are finally on the above normal temperatures favored for next week, as we have been on the below normal temperatures favored for the week for the past few weeks. So it's nice to actually see that. As far as the precipitation outlook, our forecast area is kind of split between seeing near normal to slightly above normal precipitation chances for next week. And now getting into the marine, as mentioned, we are looking at the potential for elevated seas today. We might see a few wind gusts tonight, but overall, kind of coming down from this weekend in terms of winds. So seas might remain elevated, but the next best chance for any type of small craft advisory will be on Wednesday night into Thursday, before winds and seas both start to fall on Thursday night into Friday. Just a quick look at winds. As mentioned, small craft advisories do remain in effect for all of the coastal waters today due to those seas. However, winds themselves are going to come down pretty quickly this afternoon and stay pretty benign through Tuesday into portions of Wednesday, and then come back up again on Wednesday night and Thursday after that cold front. So you can see that gusts do increase to about 25 to 30 miles per hour Thursday. And just another quick look at the maximum wind speeds. Going to be pretty benign through most of the period. However, that brief period of Wednesday into Thursday, we might see those elevated winds. And lastly, in terms of seas, kind of hammered this home pretty well, but you can see that we still do have those 5-foot seas that are keeping that small craft advisory in effect. However, really not looking for much in terms of seas increasing or building over the next few days. So I'm going to look to remain pretty benign out there for winter time. And lastly, here's just a quick look at the occasional seas. So you might see, as of probably the highest will likely be today. So this is more, even though it says 0 to 84 hours, this is likely more for today, since this is when we're going to have our highest seas. All right, and so I'm going to wrap it up with that. So if anyone has any questions, please do let me know.